Welcome back to our Plan Set 8 project here using the Harley Blueprint Series book. It is a set of 8 drawings in this particular project. And one of the things that we're going to do in this episode is we're going to lay out with the tape measure tool and the rectangle tool and the line tool where all the walls are in this particular project. And so one thing to keep in mind with this is that we are not going off of a true set of blueprints. This is a drawing where we do have most of the measurements. We do have all the schedules for like the doors and windows, but there are a lot of measurements or some measurements that we don't have. So for this one, after kind of really looking at it, doing math and everything, the walls are all 6 inches thick, which is a unique number in there, but it's all the walls are 6 inches. So we're going to go off of that measurement. And so let's get started. To begin with, our foundation is a group, so you want to make sure that that foundation is a group already, so that way we can draw on top of it and nothing's going to stick to it. So over here you have your push-pull tool. If you click on your push-pull tool, to the right of the push-pull tool, you'll see like a little black triangle. That's going to signify that there are other tools behind it. So behind the push-pull tool, you have the follow me tool, and then you also have the offset tool. To begin with, let's click on the rectangle tool. We're going to just draw a rectangle right over top of the foundation, so from one corner to the opposite corner. Then go over here to your push-pull tool, click on the offset tool, and in order to use the offset tool, you click once. If you drag your mouse, you can see the distance over here in the bottom right changes for it to be offset from the original, where we can make it smaller, or we can even make it larger. We want to make this smaller, and we want to set a specific measurement for it. So we want to do 6, enter, and now this rectangle is 6 inches smaller than our outside rectangle. For all of our measurements, we're going to use the tape measure, and we're simply going to create guides for everything. If you look down here at the very bottom, our little information bar, it tells us to click in order to create a guide. We can also resize the model with the tape measure, but most time you're just going to create a guide. If you hit control, that's going to toggle the creating guides. So if I hit control, that plus sign goes away, and so now without the plus sign there, it's not going to make guides. It's simply going to measure. If you see that little plus sign, hit control, that's going to where we can create guides. The arrow keys will toggle the lock direction. So if I hit the left arrow key, it's going to align it to the green axis. The right arrow key is the red, and then the up arrow key is your blue axis. So to begin with, let's go ahead and start working on the location of some of these walls. So for this back wall, we're going to go from the outside edge, we're going to go over to the right, and we're going to type in 11'3", and that is the center of our wall here. The wall thickness is 3 inches or 6 inches overall, so we're going to go 3 inches to the right, 3 inches to the left. Again, inches is your default measurement, so you just need to type in the number. If you're typing in feet, if we wanted 3 feet, we would need to put that apostrophe. So that is our vertical. We can come in here with the rectangle tool, and I'm simply going to create a wall somewhere around there. Our next guide, going from this back edge, we're going to go down 11'6". From that 11'6" mark, we're going to go down 2'6". Create another guide, making sure you kind of hover over it so that you see our line is going to be green. This one is going to be 8 feet, so 8 apostrophe. And then we have another measurement of 2.5 feet. If we did everything correctly, from this point to this point should be 13 foot 6 inches. So that's how we know everything is lined up properly, comparing it to our drawing 2 of our project. All of these lines are the midpoints of our walls. So we're going to go through here and draw out the lines or the walls for these. So 3 inches on each side of these lines. And I'm simply just typing in 3 and hitting enter. We do have the measurement for this wall. So it's going to be from the inside part of this wall over to the right, and it is going to be 5 foot 6. This is the center of this wall. So we're going to go just like we have been, going 3 inches to one side and 3 inches to the other. Now let's go in here, take the rectangle tool, and we're going to draw in our rectangles. So this wall is going to go all the way across. This wall is going to go all the way across here. This wall goes there. This wall starts here, goes to here, and this one goes to here as well. One thing with this house, none of these really walls carry over to the right. So once we have all of those, we can take your eraser tool and click and just drag across all of those guides, and that will get rid of them. Anything that's turned blue will erase. So there we have those. We do have a fireplace over here. This is the living room and dining room. So we have a fireplace right here. As you can see from right here is the fireplace. So the fireplace measurement is 9 feet 9 inches from the inside part of this wall. So clicking on the inside part of that wall, we're going to go up 9 apostrophe 9. That is the start of it. If we go from that point along the green axis going up, if we type in 5 apostrophe, the right side of the fireplace is from the inside part of the wall. We're going to go over 7 foot 6, and the fireplace itself is 4 foot 6 wide. So that is our fireplace measurement. So let's go ahead and we're simply going to create a rectangle right there. And let's go ahead and erase that part of the wall. This wall ends somewhere up here, but we will get that measurement in a little bit. There's a closet right here. So the fireplace itself is 3 feet. So let's type in that measurement. Take your line tool and simply draw a line across. Moving over to the right part of the house, let's take our guide going from, again, the outside part of the wall. We're going to go down and we're going to type in 15 feet 3 inches. This is the center part of this wall. We're going to go from there down 2 foot 6, and that's the only measurement there on this side. So let's go ahead and I'm going to erase those. I'm going to erase those, and let's go ahead and draw out where our wall is going to be at. So 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches. There's a gap here, so these are both closets. We go from the inside part of that wall. We're going to go over 5 apostrophe. If we did everything correctly, it should be 5 feet to this point. This is another wall right here, so we're going to type in 3 inches and 3 inches. So that our overall width is 6 inches. Let's take our rectangle tool, and just like what we did before, let's go ahead and draw in our walls. Yes, there are doors here and everything, but we're going to draw in all of our walls where all the walls are, and then we're going to put in where the location is for all the windows and doors while everything's flat. It makes things a lot easier than having to bring up the walls and then starting putting in the doors and windows. You can do it that way. I prefer to lay out where all the walls and windows are whenever the ground is flat. So at this point, we don't have any more measurements along the outside. We do have some measurements for kind of a few things over here. So with our tape measure, this is the kitchen. So kitchen cabinets is 24 inches deep. So that is the depth of the countertops. So we're going to end this wall at that point. So we'll draw a line using the line tool across there. Let's go ahead and erase those two. We do have our little closet right here. So we're going to create a wall here at 6 inches. And 6 inches there. Draw in with our line tool, going across. 6 and 6. We can draw those lines in there. So that is that closet. Over here, we have a closet right here. It's going to be, this hallway is 3 feet. So we're going to go from there over to the right, 6 inches. We need to create 6 inches right there. Take our rectangle tool. We're going to draw one there, there, and down there. And that is our closet right there. So let's clean all of this up, clean up all of our lines, and get everything ready for our next episode where we are going to lay out where the doors and windows are. So let's come up with our rectangle tool, or eraser tool rather, and we're going to erase all of these lines so that the walls is one continuous item. And I'm simply just clicking and dragging it across in order to erase those lines. And actually right here, this is going to go all the way across. We have this is all going to be brick wall, so we don't need to make a second wall there. So we got that. We got 2 little lines over here, and then I think we are done. So there we go. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to triple click on that, and as you can see, it's just the top, and I erased my foundation somehow. Triple click on that, right click, and make it a group. Over here, you're going to right click, you're going to click rename, and this is going to be our walls. Hit enter, And there you go. So stay tuned for our next episode where, again, we have our finished walls. Now we're going to put in where all the doors and windows are for this particular house. And we're going to go off of the schedule that's listed in our drawing set. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more episodes in this playlist.